Hello everyone. Today my group will be discussing Fragile X syndrome and provide insights on a case study regarding a 6-year-old boy named Robbie. This study will highlight the early intervention treatments and comprehensive evaluation processes of FXS. This is just the disclosure slide saying that this presentation was created by Tristan, Trian, and Tess, and Tristan is the only group member that will be discussing this topic within her essay. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy. So to begin, what is Fragile X syndrome, or also known as FXS? FXS is the most common mental impairment. It is an intellectual and developmental disability caused by a structural abnormality of the X chromosome. It is a genetic condition that can cause a range of developmental problems. Learning disabilities and cognitive impairment can occur, as well as affected individuals usually have a delayed development of speech and language. Oftentimes, this disability is not detected until the child begins schooling or at the age of 2. Something about FXS is usually males are more severely affected by this disorder than females. So the causes and symptoms of FXS. FXS is a genetic disorder caused by changes in the FMR1 gene. This particular gene provides us with a protein called FMRP, which is required for normal brain development. People who are diagnosed with FXS do not produce this protein. Some symptoms can include developmental delays, attention deficits and hyperactivity, anxiety or unstable fluctuating moods, learning disabilities, sensory integration, and 25% of people with FXS experience seizures. This disorder also has telling physical features that include large foreheads, prominent jaws, and low protruding ears. FXS can be diagnosed using a DNA blood test called the FMR1 DNA test. This test looks for changes in the FMR1 gene that are associated with FXS. Depending on the result, your doctor may choose to do additional testing to determine the severity of the condition. This test aims to identify how many CGGs an individual has, which is a pattern of DNA within the FMR1 gene. 45 repeats is classified as normal, so someone with full mutation FXS will have anywhere from 200 to 400 repeats in their CCG. So although there is no single treatment for FXS, certain treatments help minimize the symptoms of the condition. Appropriate education, therapy, and medications are considered to help utilize individual skills and their capabilities. The primary treatment for FXS is known to be education. Early childhood special education provides the greatest promise for long-term adaptive and intellectual benefits. So who is Robbie? Robbie is a 6-year-old boy who has been diagnosed with Fragile X syndrome. His interests include playing building games like Roblox. He enjoys reading graphic novels due to the illustrations. He loves to play basketball on the weekends and is very interested in nature. He always has fun playing with his older sisters, but can sometimes get frustrated when they take his toys. When trying to create an intervention plan, it is imperative for physicians, doctors, and family members to know the child's strengths and weaknesses. Robbie's strengths include him having a great sense of humor. He is very empathetic towards others, as well as has a great memory regarding pictures and patterns due to him being a visual learning. He is also very good at letter recognition. Some weaknesses of Robbie's include him lacking in communication skills. He participates in autistic-like behaviors that include attention deficits and difficulty regulating his emotions, as well as he struggles with problem solving, planning ahead, and organizing materials. Robbie's environments. He has family and as well as a school environment. So Robbie lives with his mother, father, and 2 older sisters. Both his parents work as teachers in the Niagara region, specializing in history and biology. His sisters help out by taking Robbie to school before attending high school. His family is very open-minded, tight-knit, and understanding of one another. They are very dedicated to helping Robbie succeed. Robbie is in grade 1 and attends a large elementary school in the Niagara Falls region. Robbie's teacher is a great help and keeps him included with his peers while they're in the classroom, as well as keeps his family and doctors well informed. So, the early identification process of Robbie. When Robbie turned 2, his parents started to notice him not being able to focus and become extremely hyperactive, as well as they also noticed the slight physical features were different between the 3 children regarding Robbie's large forehead. At first, they thought it was just him being a kid, and it wasn't until Robbie became frustrated and angry with his sisters when he would not get his way. He began biting and hitting when they would take his toys and would not listen or stop this undesired behavior, even when they enforced some kind of punishment. When the parents were raising their 2 older daughters, they never showed any signs of aggression or uncontrollable outbursts and hyperactivity, so they began wondering why Robbie was partaking in this type of behavior. They also began to worry when Robbie had difficulty and delays in speaking and walking. When he turned 3, they decided to go see their family doctor. After visiting their family doctor, she referred them to a genetic counselor who then decided an FMR1 DNA test needs to be conducted. After getting the results, Robbie has been diagnosed with FXS as the amount of CGG repeats within the test reported at 250. Due to Robbie's results, his parents and doctors then decided a comprehensive evaluation process is the next step. After extensive visits to doctors and therapists, Robbie's family and team decided the best course of action would be to begin educational treatments as he begins school. They designed an educational program that focuses on achieving functional and academic goals. A strength that Robbie has is connecting to visuals while learning. The classroom has been designed to help Robbie focus and connect to what he is learning with the help of pictures, logos, sign language, and concrete examples. After reaching out to the school, they have assured the family that there will be a quiet space for Robbie to retreat and regroup when needed. Although this plan does seem well thought out, challenges can still arise. One challenge could be that there is a lack of one-on-one training professionals within the classroom, or there is a lack of pictures and resources inside that room as well. These challenges could occur because Robbie may not be able to feel connected to the EA that is assigned to him, and therefore he is lashing out. Robbie also may not be able to fully understand the photos and connect to them to the information that he is learning, which results in him being frustrated and unable to focus. The Individuals with Disability Education Act, also known as IDEA 1997, makes it possible for children with disabilities to get free educational services and educational devices to help them learn as much as they possibly can. Goals are to help Robbie with his communication, memory, and his struggles with paying attention. The family, teachers, and therapists will all meet to discuss the best options for Robbie. There are different classroom options which include full inclusion in regular classroom, inclusion with pull-out services, full-time special education classrooms. The best option for Robbie would be inclusion with pull-out services, as it gives him a good opportunity to make friends and adapt to being in a classroom with the benefit of having one-on-one time and extra help with a special ed teacher in a separate room when needed. Evidence-based intervention plan. Speech-language intervention is when parents have a back-and-forth conversation with their child as they look through a wordless picture book in order to work on effective communication. This type of intervention is easy for parents or caregivers to implement into their child's daily routine, such as before bed, after dinner, or any time during the day. This also helps pinpoint what form of communication the child struggles with the most, whether it be recessive, expressive, punctuation, etc. And it is a good treatment plan for Robbie as he is a visual learner but still struggles with communication. This type of treatment will also help Robbie work on his inability to pay attention for a long period of time, as he will be sitting while still looking through the book and at the pictures. This intervention eliminates bias and cultural mismatch, as each family has a choice of which book they want to read, which could include a book based around their culture, religion, or any other topic that they want to teach their child. In order to reach long-term goals and see progress, there needs to be small steps taken. Steps to help Robbie would include special accommodations such as laptops with special software, for example, text-to-speech services, individualized routines, periodic breaks, and extra time to process lessons. To determine whether or not these accommodations are helping him, there will be a progress report every month that will include his parents, in-class teacher, special ed teacher, and therapist to discuss his progress and see what can be improved. Depending on his progress, they can all work together to update his IEP accordingly. The outcome and progress we would like to see from these steps are an increase in communication, the ability to sit still for longer periods of time, and more of a working memory when it comes to the classroom and illustrations. If we face any problems such as him refusing to contribute or the accommodations are not working, then we would have to find ways to adjust the IEP to see what would work best to maximize his learning. Fragile X syndrome is a very tough disability to work with as there are many aspects and symptoms involved. With the implementation of the interventions above, such as a speech therapist, specialized IEPs, and speech-language intervention, there is a lot of room for progress and success for children who start their treatments early, just like in our case, Robbie. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed our presentation.